Welcome back. Cert 3. Now the last time I left you in the video, I just kind of like put together these clips and I kind of spread them out over 3 minutes. I got you, and I got you to do that. Hopefully some of you have done that. I've already got some video, some songs back from some students, and the quality is really good. So I know a lot of this is going to be really super basic for most of you. However, I've got to obviously teach for the whole class. So for the people that are just starting with Ableton, this stuff is going to be really good. Now, if you're more advanced, you could probably skip this video because it's just going to be a real basics get to know Ableton. So, we'll do some more videos later on, or I can link you to some other stuff. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm just going to go over some basic features of Ableton. I'm going to make this short and sweet, and then you basically need to apply this technique into the songs that you're making. Now, so the drums are the easiest thing to kind of show examples of. Well, a couple of the examples anyway. So what I'm going to do is, but first, before we get into that, I'm just going to explore the interface a little bit so you know what's going on. Okay, so like I said before, if you hit the tab button on your keyboard, you get to the session view. Now this is where Ableton is unique, or used to be unique, in that it has these little cells. Now these little clip views or cells can trigger individual sounds that you might find on your computer, on sample CDs, etc. But we're not going to use that. So we're just going to hit tab again and go to the arrange page. Okay, so this is the arrange page. This is where you arrange the song and you work from left to right. Okay, just like a cassette tape, it plays from left to right. Now these are tracks. Okay, now these are audio tracks. So now on audio tracks you play pre-recorded material. On audio tracks, you go to record vocals, guitar, bass, okay? Anything that you need to record with a microphone, or you might need it to plug it into an audio interface. Okay, now these ones here with the tiny little dots, these are MIDI tracks. Now on the right here, it's hard to see, but there is like a little MIDI note inside a circle there. It looks like a little clock. Now that just means that this is a MIDI track, and it's actually very difficult, but I can actually zoom in later to do it. Now you can also tell it's a MIDI track because there's MIDI information on this track. So if I double click the heading bar there, the title bar, you can see all these MIDI notes inside. Now these MIDI notes just tell the device or the instrument or whatever bit of hardware what notes to play, how long to play it, and how loud to play the note. Okay, so it's just sending information. It's more like it's like a language. It's sending a language to a hardware box or some sort of instrument that decodes that language and says, oh, okay, you want me to play these notes at this time. Fine. Okay, so here it is. Now you just tell this instrument what to play. All right, so if I move this over to there, I'm telling this open hi-hat open brush to play it exactly then, exactly, or I can tell it to play it exactly at the beginning of this bar. Okay, now I can just double click the top of this here, or I can just slide it down and that just gets rid of it. All right, great. We actually don't need this kit because this is another drum kit, so I'm just gonna go over to the right. You can select each individual track by clicking on it, and then you're hitting the delete and just deletes it. Now you can resize the tracks by just clicking underneath and dragging them down, so this way you can make them bigger. All right, now you can zoom in by going to the top where the numbers are, and you're holding pressing down, keeping the button down on your mouse and dragging down and up. All right, so if I want to zoom in right there, go above it and go down. Now you can also hit command minus what is it, option command, and then what is it? Yeah. Okay, so maybe I think is my function here. All right, no, maybe they've changed it. So now I think you can just hit. What we can do is hit command and hit the mouse scroll wheel up and down. Yeah. And then if you hit the Option command together, you just zoom in on that particular track. All right, there you go. So it takes a little while to get used to, but I just go to the top here. I'm old school. I've been using Ableton a long time. This is just the easiest way for me to remember. I just go to the top. It turns into a magnifying glass, and then I just push down. Okay. I do use the command and scroll wheel when I can remember. Okay. So getting on. Okay. So up the top here we have play, record in the arrangement view. So this is an overall record, and then play. So play, stop, record. Now, I don't want you to worry about these on the right hand side here, man. Okay, that's nothing. This tells you where the playhead is. This tells you the punch outs. You don't really need to know about that. This right here is the overview. So if I push down and up, basically it tells me where I am. So you can see the black square and over. You don't need to see this. You can hit Command Option O and it gets rid of it. I generally work with it off. All right, now if I want to zoom in on this one beat here, I'll just zoom down. If I go over it, and you can see I can draw a box around this region, right? This region of drums. Okay. Now, what I can do here is just go to the right hand side and just bring this down. Okay, so I can bring this up, I can bring this down, and if I can fold it by hitting the triangle button there. Now, I just wanted to focus a little bit on some basics. So one of the basics will be just cutting audio. So I can just cut this drum beat out here, right? And I can cut this drum beat out here, okay? And then I can loop this section by highlighting it all and pressing Command L, and that just loops. Now what does a loop mean? It just continually plays this particular bit over and over. Now I'll just solo that by pressing S. Okay, now what I can do then is I can hear a little click here. Yeah, so I'm just going to grab the top where the little dots are and it'll turn into a fade. And so what I'm doing here, see, I can just highlight this area and just delete all that. All right. Now what you can do, just like a regular computer, you can highlight this all here. You can hit Command D, and that just duplicates it. So it just whatever's highlighted here, it just duplicates it there. So undo is Command Z. That just undoes it. And now I can also highlight this kick drum, for instance. It turns into a hand. Notice that the pointer is turning in hand. Now if I hit the Option key and hold it down, and now the command, it turns into a the pointer is turned into a little plus sign. So it's just duplicating this one over. It's just copying whatever there is to there. Or I can just go here and go Command D, and that does the same thing. But maybe you want to copy this whole thing. So this, yep. Hold the Option key down. It turns into a plus sign there, and then it just adds it. So now if I have a listen, right, and I've got a bit of a gap here, so I can actually move this one to here. Right, so by holding the Option button down, move it to the left, and then I could fill that gap in. Right. Now what I've done is I've just made an edit, okay, or made your own beat. So if you have an idea and you think, oh, I don't really like that idea, I want to change it to something else. For instance, maybe you just want this idea to have a kick drum on every beat, and then just fill in the rest like this. All right. Okay. A bit more of a traditional kind of, housey kind of beat, tech house beat. So that's how you edit audio. Okay, now one of the cool things you can do is you can reverse this audio as well. So if you highlight this particular audio clip and hit R, it'll just reverse. Okay, so I can reverse all of them here. So I hit R and hit R. You might have to trim up some edges here. Right, so you can reverse audio too. Okay, so you got some reversal. That's the way to cut it out. Now, what happens if I want to join audio together? So let's just say I want to join these two bits together, because right now at the moment they're two individual bits. Maybe I want to pitch them up and down later. I'll go into that later. If I just want to join this whole section together, because maybe I want to move it around easily, then hit Command and J. Right, Command and J is consolidate. Basically means Command J, join all together. So it'll join. I'll hit Command Z. It'll join whatever you have selected. So if I only select a little bit there, or 1.5 beats, I can hit Command J, and it'll just do that. And then the rest of it will be left over. But I want to do the whole lot. Command J does the whole lot at the same time. All right. Look, I'll leave it there. I'll make another video going forward after this. But this powerful technique. Command J for consolidate. You've got reverse, R for reverse, and then you've got Command D for copy or duplicate. And then of course, if you hit the Option key, you can copy whatever you've got selected or make a copy of it, right? So you can also do the standard word processing shortcut. So Command C. Click there, Command V, that'll work as well. But generally we use the other ones, to be fair. And then don't forget Command Z to undo everything. All right, so I'll leave it there. I'll see you in the next video.